So it sounds like our best shot might be to hope we can lure them out, and if not, just continue into the meeting itself.
Now, there's just the matter of where does the meeting happen?
It would have to be a place that she would agree to, and neither side would feel like is a trap for the other. A party that has connections to both. uh,
Oh, I know what you're thinking. Hmm.
I think I might know a place, but we'll have to get permission.
Permission? Anna like raises an eyebrow. What are you planning, Connor?
And he does have a brother.
Oh, she does? Beatrice says.
A brother, a sister-in-law, and a nephew.
You don't think she might misunderstand that as a threat?
Not if Richter goes to her.
Oh boy.
Of course, I would be unwilling to actually set up a trap if we involve those two. At least at the meeting itself. If they attack us on the way there, then that's their fault, not ours.
Well, I suppose that might be one way, Anna says. At any rate, it wouldn't hurt for us to go there first and, well, talk to the Mercers again. See if they'd be willing to parlay for us.
I'm, of course, still open to other ideas. It just
Oh,
seems like a
that's
slightly more solid one, and the one least likely to get us killed.
Etney Mercer's been called a lot of things, Anna says. But I don't think that she would be willing to fight, and it could put her family at risk. Even if she is not speaking with them directly, as I'm to understand.
Though, from what Richter says, it sounds like he's still in contact with her. He knew where she was.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Someone with as much, someone who keeps an ear to the ground as much as a former mercenary would likely have idea about where she would be, even if it was just through indirect methods. But perhaps he does have a better way of contact.
I don't mean to offend here, but you did say you care about public perception, yes? How would the public feel to you what looks like using her family as a shield?
Well, to be fair, Anna says again, their farm was in a rather clandestine location. It's not, or rather, the farm they were staying in. It's a bit off the beaten path. If no one wanted to know about this meeting, hopefully nobody would. But if it goes south, we do have to understand that they might be able to.
Be coming.
Help won't be coming, and it's possible that the rebels could use this as blackmail.
Yes, well, I'm hardly the only person being blackmailed at current time.
Fair enough. Does somebody else have any questions or things to add?
It sounds like this is the best plan we're gonna get for a while.
And Anna Shieldheart looks to you, Connor. Was there? Did we still want to make a stop over at where the majority of the army is stationed outside Dalhurst? If we wanted to see my father, there may be something else that he can give to us. I don't know.
It wouldn't hurt to see General Shieldheart. I don't see any reason why we can't stop by.
Well, then, if there's nothing else,
Yes, the question now comes down to is who should we bring with us?
I believe that's up to you, Connor. Anna says. How much of a statement do you want to make? How much of a physical presence do you want? If things go south, having people there would be helpful. Things might be less likely to go south if we don't bring a large force.
I'd like to think I can count on everyone in this room.
Then not.
And we're lucky, though I scarce like to use this as a potential. If we're able to speak to Richter, if they did try an attack, we may be able to count on him for assistance. I don't think he would enjoy standing against his sister should he choose to attack us. But we can always double check. As shitty as it is.
Hopefully it won't come to that. So I guess first we should speak with Richter. If he's unwilling to agree with us, we'll have to come back and come up with a new plan.
Yes, I suppose that might be a good first step.
And I know I can count on you to come with me at the very least, but do you think we should bring anyone else with us, just in case it is rather close to the rebellion?
And she looks at the others in this room, and I mean, it wouldn't hurt to bring everyone present.
Well, then I shall procure transportation then, because I refuse to walk on feet.
I refuse to. I don't think Fiona would want to trot quite that slowly. Do you all know how to ride horses?
This.
I don't.
I also don't.
Well, she
B?
she like looks at the two of you like, you've got to be kidding me. You guys never learned how to ride?
She looks at you like
Okay, that makes sense. But she like puts her hands on her hips and looks at Lynn.
There's a death glare and a keep your mouth shut look she's very familiar with.
She rolls her eyes. And Anna just smiles and says, well, I suppose there's always a time to learn. It's honestly not hard.
Yeah, you pretty much just have to hold on and don't fall off. Or you'll break something.
If
Or
you're lucky.
sometimes multiple somethings. Sometimes you have to spend all summer in a medical wing.
Well, this sounds
Anna-
like you're speaking painfully from experience.
Anna doesn't laugh. What are you talking about?
I don't like the sounds of that.
It was just a bad sprain. You were just young.
Well, at least the Pegasus didn't take off yet. That would have been worse.
I heard all about that story.
Well,
And then her smile kind of falters for a split second because she remembers who she heard the story from.
Oh no, I'm sad.
Anyways, Connor, you can get your things ready here. I can make sure that I can procure mounts for all of us.
well, on the upside, we're made of sturdier stuff. Or at the very least, I'm made of sturdier stuff.
Bully for you.
That
And
said,
so what's up?
Are these gonna be? She came in on a Pegasus, right?
No, she is a unicorn.
Oh, unicorn. Okay.
I don't want the Pegasus.
These are gonna be on the ground, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to fly there?
You know,
Oh, come on. First time riding a horse, you should definitely be in the air.
Don't worry. She waves her hand. I'm good, but I'm not that good. I don't think I'd be able to get us that many Pegasi.
excellent.
Besides, not there's a few things. There's only a couple things in this world that'll attract more attention than a flock of Pegasi flying outside of the direct area of Arkham. If we're looking to keep this as quiet as we can, that's not a good way to do it.
No, I completely agree with you.
I'm used to walking everywhere.
Or Owu running. Not really. And yeah, so she'll depart for a moment, and she'll get some for you guys. So if there's anything you guys need to take care of before you start leaving, now's the time to do it.
Hmm.
I mean, Rincy would say goodbye to a certain someone, but that's like,
Oh yeah, I assume that already happened before you got here because you probably stayed at Lynn's place.
yeah, and
To
don't really.
help-
definitely left
Yeah, he
so-
kind of left me there, so.
But yeah, you would have been brought here with them, and you probably would have said goodbye.
Yeah.
Or more like see you a little bit. But yeah,
We're doing something.
you are doing something. You're going on a mission. And yeah, so they come back with the tiny details in the spot. Yeah. So yeah, you guys get your things. If you want, you can pick what your horses look like. Because people always like doing that. Obviously, Moonheart was the mount of choice, and Fiona, the magnificent creature that she is. But yeah, the rest of you guys would have horses, and yeah,
Here, ride your normal ass horses.
plebs. And yeah, you guys will make your way out of the city. Quickly making your way out of the lower city and slowly up and towards the Forest Arcanum. That said, can I have all of you guys make a vigilance check for me real quick?
Oh.
It's against 2 difficulty.
You're rolling the wrong die. You know that, right? Oh wait, it's against 2 difficulty.
Yeah, against 2 difficulty. You just reroll it. Okay, that makes sense.
God.
Connor, you sense that you have like that weird a tingle in your eye for a second. That
Gross.
that eye, like
Gross.
you almost feel like phantom eye twitch for a second, and you sense the feeling that you're being followed.
Oh wait.
Cool. I'm going to act normal and keep going. Just keeping a slight, like, an ear out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, paying more attention to what's going on around us.
And so yeah, it continues for a second as you guys continue out. And as you guys get into the forests, when you turn, you see a handful of black steeds following you. And when you turn, they appear to be Pegasi.
Oh God, no!
There's about 7 of them.
Connor just kind of stops and like turns completely around, or turns Moonheart completely around. And aren't you supposed to be better at hiding?
And as they ride up, they kind of stop a short distance away. And as you look, all of them are wearing the uniforms of the Dark Flyers. Dark metals and cloths with slight light shoulder pads that don't really conceal their or that don't really restrict their movement too much. And each of them is astride a jet black Pegasus. Some of them with some white like going through some of their tails or spots and such. And the woman at the front of the ensemble, her Pegasus trots a couple steps forward, and she says, "Only if we're trying to be hidden, sir." And she removes her winged helmet. "I'm sorry that it took us this long to find you. I meant to speak to you earlier, Your Majesty, but I was unable to do so until this moment. I understand this is hardly professional, and I apologize for the inconvenience. My name is Ophelia Chamberlain, and I served as your aunt's second in command. At the moment, I suppose, means that I'm the acting commander of the Dark Flyers. And she dismounts from the Black Pegasus.
And were you going to announce yourselves or just kind of subtly follow me?
I fully intended to catch up to you. That's why I'm announcing myself now. I apologize if we caused any undue stress towards you.
Connor shakes his head. No, you remember who my aunt is?
Ha! Fair enough. If, with all due respect, Your Majesty, I wish to offer my services to you in whatever way I need. I believe you and I share a common goal in ensuring that your aunt returns back to us safely. Among other things.
I don't think this is the mission where I bring back my aunt.
I see. Well, if it's all the same, might I ask what you're doing?
I'm going to go set up a meeting.
I see. And I assume such a meeting would be one that you're not trying to publicize much attention towards, yes?
You be correct.
Very well. And she turns back to her to the others, and then all of you are dismissed. Continue your duties as necessary. And I'll be keeping in touch when I shall be keeping in touch through the regular channels. And the other Dark Flyers nod, and they turn and depart. And she turns back to you and says, "Then I'll show company you alone. With all due respect, Your Majesty."
I appreciate the extra eyes.
Yes, I want to make sure that we don't lose another member of your family to some sort of ambush. And if we're trying to make sure that a meeting isn't discovered, I know a couple of tricks that might be handy. Though I may not be the only one amongst you that might know such things. I do hope that some of my skills might come in handy. There are a few things that I would like to speak to you about on the way there as well.
Well, then I'll be happy to have you.
Excellent. I'll try not to. I will ensure not to slow down your procession.
I doubt you'll be the one slowing us down. And he kind of looks slightly towards Rinzu, I assume is struggling.
Rinzu is probably struggling a little bit.
Struggling
Rinzu,
a lot.
can you make a
probably.
survival check for me? It's against 2 difficulty, and you'll get you'll get 1 boost dice because it is a well-trained creature.
Should that be coordination?
No,
Oh.
animal handling is survival.
What's it against?
2 difficulty. Actually, go ahead and make 1 for me too, Lynn. It'll be fun.
I'm going to give myself a setback dice, though.
That's fair.
2 difficulty?
Yes. Lynn, you almost get bucked off once. Rinzu, you also do, and at least once you almost got drug along by the stirrup, but you managed to stay in literally by clinging to the horse rather pathetically. But it was really comical.
I almost feel like the horse is laughing at her.
The horse probably is not laughing, but the raccoons are. And you, of course, hear the raccoons laughing.
Oh, I can hear them, and I'm going to yell at them.
Can you please not actually scream at... Are you screaming at raccoons?
Oh, it's not funny. Like, up at the, like, trees.
And you probably like hear the rumbly thing that happens when because you've heard other Lagus talk to animals now at this point, I believe. And like you hear that trademark thing, and that was probably what gave it away.
I had no idea there are lesser pandas over here.
Just not going to say anything to that.
And yeah, you guys make your way off. Ophelia, generally speaking, did I post the picture of her? God damn it, I fucking
No.
copied it and I didn't post it. I'm an idiot. Hang on. It's her.
Oh, she almost was a Brad trap.
Almost. But yeah, she generally speaking keeps a pretty low profile as you go. She also she removes the armor, and goes into much more casual garb. And as you guys go, as you travel through some of the quieter places, with a wave of the hand, her midnight black Pegasus turns into a regular white Pegasus. Sometimes it becomes necessary to hide such major tells. And actually, no, rather a regular white and dapple brown horse. The wings appear to not be there as well.
I need to learn that at some point.
I can teach you how. It's I dare say that though it is a dark flyer secret, I dare say your aunt won't be too upset that if I teach you how to do such a thing. Especially given the legends surrounding both her and your mother. May Ashling watch over her.
Do I know anything about legends surrounding them?
You might learn them.
I look confused then.
You must not have heard.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, for starters, your Hermione Risewell is a bit of a legend amongst the Dark Flyers. The fact that she was captured was only because she allowed herself to be captured. Or, well, it was either her or a great deal of the rest of the unit that went with her, myself included. That's part of the reason why I wish to make sure that she returns back to us safely. I've had the privilege of working side by side with her, and, well, she spoke of your sister of her sister with the same reference that I speak of her. I was rather young when back when your mother was performed a more active cycle of anything major, but she was something to be told of. I had the privilege of watching her fly once, and it was, well, awe-inspiring, to say the least.
Yeah, I used to try and goad her into flying as often as I could.
Well, if you learned even a tenth of her talents, I imagine you're better than most people. But I truly do look up to Hermione. Perhaps it's a bit foolish, but I find her to be, well, more of a role model than anybody else that I've been able to experience in my life. So,
Yeah, I did not have the pleasure of interacting with her as much as I would have liked to. She was frequently rather busy.
as it is, it's it was hard watching her cope with all of this, with everything that's happened. I know what it's like to lose a sibling, so I did what I could, but I won't let you lose her too. Even if that's not what we're going to accomplish here. Promise we're safe.
Connor just kind of smiles, like, a little sadly at her. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
And I appreciate much of what you've been up to as well. Word travels rather fast. But I can tell you with certainty that there are those who support what you're trying to do.
I'd
I,
like to
understand.
think so.
I understand that the Magisters mean well, but sometimes their bickering is as worse is as bad, if not worse, than some of the corruption that lies right in the heart of Arkham.
That's something else we can most certainly agree on. Their own infighting and self-interest has not been helping anything.
It gets worse. There are families that have taken this war, used this as an excuse to gorge their pocketbooks. Opportunists. I can guarantee you that there are many families that have taken this opportunity to feed off of both sides. How to turn a profit, selling information, rebel secrets to loyalists and loyalists to rebels. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about. I just want this war to be over. I just want people to not have to lose their siblings anymore. Have to lose their mothers and fathers, if they even had one to begin with. And I know that Hermione was livid. And when we rescue her, I don't know if I'll be able to stop her alone. I might need your help to try and talk her down from doing something foolish and reckless. When we rescue her, that is. She smiles.
Yes, well, that might be easier said than done.
Yes, I suppose so. We might have to tie her down to get her to listen, but I suppose we'll cross the bridge when we come.
There's a lot that needs to be done still, though.
Yes, indeed. For starters, she gestures back to her Pegasus. Let's start with that.
Oh man.
Whoa!
And go ahead and make a 3 difficulty, or no, make it 4 difficulty. Light or dark magic.
Nope, already picked up dice. It's too late.
It's too late. Light magic makes more sense, I think. Light magic. And so yeah, you as you wave your hand over over Moonheart, all of a sudden her mane kind of flickers for a moment, and yeah, she kind of transforms into what looks like a regular horse for a second, but you can almost see, she's kind of like has like little sort of speckles, right?
Yeah, she has like patches.
Those patches and speckles are still kind of floating in the air where her wings are, or where her wings would be.
Oh god.
And so like she almost has these like half like missing wings.
They're doing all this like in plain view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
That is singularly the most horrifying thing I've seen in a very long time.
Honestly, not bad though. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it after a little bit. But not bad for a first go. You should have seen my first attempt. I just made the whole damn horse invisible. When you really master it, you can almost make it so that so the wings actually disappear. The rest of it is just a trick of the light. Not bad though. We'll work on it.
I'm surprised I actually managed to get that much.
And yeah. And by the way, she looks like she's probably in her late 20s, judging from like things. She's probably in her late 20s, like 28, 29, something like that. So age-wise, that's what we're working. Just because I didn't actually mention that part, I just posted a picture.
Lynn glances towards her every once in a while, but doesn't say anything.
And yeah, but yeah, as you guys make your way down, if you guys are thankfully unaccosted throughout the course of your travels.
Yeah, I
That
saw
said,
all those dice.
yeah, I was rolling some random encounters as you went to see if anything happened. That said, I am gonna have one. Ooh, that's too many numbers.
Look at all those numbers.
And yeah, you as you guys make your way down, are you guys still stopping over at you're still stopping over at Shieldheart, right?
Uh,
It's only a little bit out of the way.
I thought we were just going to like talk to Richter and then leave, and I figured we could hit Junction
Okay.
on the way back.
Okay, that's fair, yeah. And yeah, okay. So in that case, there's gonna be 2 more days travel. Yeah, no, you guys are just fucking unaccosted this whole fucking way, apparently.
This is what happened last time I was on a mission too.
Yeah, it's just nope, nothing.
Yeah, I found a magic ring. That was the extent of.
Oh yeah, you found a cool magic ring. Like, all right. Oh no. Hang on, let me one sec. Uh Sorry, I have to get something ready real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, so yeah, as you guys travel through the Legalan countryside, uh you you guys travel for about roughly 2 weeks to get down all the way to the south. To meander your way through ways that will attract no attention. And yeah, you guys make it back to the farm that you had left behind a little bit ago. And it does appear that that they are still there. As you see the farmstead, all the things have been unpacked, and it seems that things have kind of gone back to normal to a degree. And what? There's only about 5 of you guys, so it's not a massive group riding up this time. And yeah, you guys ride up to the farmstead. And you see Jonathan outside chopping lumber, because of course he would be. To warm the hearth, because it is a little cold out. The snow is still there is still snow on the ground. It's not like a lot, but it is still winter time. And so you as you guys make your way outside, John brings a lumberjack axe hunking through another log, and as he wipes the sweat off his brow, he looks back up to you guys and, buddy. He waves at you guys as you make your approach. How many times are you planning on visiting without letting us know?
Only as many times as it shouldn't be talked about out loud.
Fair enough. And he gestures for you guys to like wait 1 second. He heads inside for a minute, and after a second, he pops his head back out, and he gestures for you guys to come in. Come on, it's cold outside. He kind of sniffles a little because it is in fact cold outside.
This is nothing compared to what the hell I left.
Oh, it is nothing compared to the hell you left.
Alright, good follow him in then.
And yeah, before long, you step inside and are greeted. And as you guys step inside, you are greeted with the heat of the hearth. And for as briefly as you knew him, Rinzu, as you see the two other individuals inside, it doesn't take rocket science to piece together the fact that the two people here are in fact Davian parents, as Richter and Delia wait inside. Delia wearing a heavy jacket, even with the hearth going, and Richter reading through a couple of missives as he goes. And as you walk in, well, I certainly didn't expect to see you again so soon, Connor. Delia says. To what do we owe the pleasure?
Would you prefer I just go straight actually into it, or?
And she, well, unfortunately, I'll I'll never compare to Rosalind in the refreshment preparation, in as far as refreshment preparation is concerned. But if all of you would wish, we probably have some something I could prepare for you real quick. I'm sure I have something around here.
Oh, please and thank you.
And she'll stand up and she says, "Oh, where are my manners?" And she turns to all of the newcomers. It's it's good to meet all of you. My name's Delia Mercer. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she'll offer a hand to Lynn and Beatrice and Rinzu and Ophelia.
Pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Oh, just Delia's fine, I promise.
Pleasure to meet you, Delia.
And Richter will stand and he'll offer a hand. Richter Mercer, it's a pleasure to have you all here.
And I'll shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you too.
And John will give you a handshake too, introducing himself as well. Before he plops down on the chair. And that's Richter, by the way. Fine. This is Delia. I have saved some. And they'll bring you guys out into like the they'll like bring you out into the to the seating. And this is John. And Oh yeah, Anna's here too. Oh god, there are so many redheads. It's just like the Ptolemite mission. And John kind of sits. His legs kind of splayed wide, one hand on each knee, and he says he looks around and he says he looks at you for a second, Connor. He says, "Safe to talk about you know who here, right?"
Uh, he raises an eyebrow.
He like looks around for a second. He's like, you know, a certain someone who was here last time.
Okay. Realization hitting his face.
She's safe. She sent us a missive right as soon as she hit the water.
That's genuinely good to hear.
You're telling me. She's a cunning lass, she is, but if any of those treacherous snakes under Brennan found her, I was afraid of them.
Yes, well, I'm a bit of hot water for that one.
Ah, shit. Anything I could do with?
Tron just kind of shrugs, and I don't think there's anything I can do to make those people happy.
Yeah. Fortunately, folk like that are only going to be happy if you can if you can outpay whoever else might be working. That bastard Brennan was always the first one to suggest looking for more lucrative pay instead of the right pay, you know? Never liked that bastard, not for a minute. You believe what he said back when? Never mind. He kind of like stops himself from talking. Richter kind of like gives him a look. Anyways, it's good to have you back. Expect to see you this soon.
Yeah, about that.
And at that moment, as Delia will come out, balancing a tray of kind of like warm cider that she'll bring out to everybody. It smells fucking delicious, and so she'll hand that out to everybody. And I hope this is sufficient. I have some hard rolls if anybody would like. For all the time I spent with her, you'd think I would have learned to be half the Comodarian that Rosalind was. But I suppose this is where it is. And she'll take a seat as well, and so might I suppose we can get to business if you're interested.
Yeah, well, I'll just be completely honest with it. I'm looking to try and arrange a meeting with Etney.
John had already taken a sip of the warm apple cider, and it now all over the carpet in front of him. And Delia just looks at him. Sorry. Wait, why am I? It's my. It, I know I'm getting a little up there in years, uh, Connor, but you said what I thought you said, didn't you?
Oh, completely, yes.
Richter closes his eyes. Absolutely not. After everything, I don't have the capacity to just waltz in and talk to her like what? Like I've spoken to her in the last 30 years? Our lives have gone in two completely different directions. How would I even broach that subject?
Well, if I was going to be a little bit more accurate, I didn't assume you would be the one trying to set up the meeting.
He kind of furrows his brow for a second.
I was hoping that you'd be more of a mediator.
He kind of like buries the lower half of his face in his hand. Delia exhales in a controlled manner, and she says, Connor, understand. You understand that she's not been a part of the family for a long time, yes?
Connor just kind of nods and I'm aware of that, but I'm also aware that none of you have had any real trouble from her either at all.
Well, of course not, John says. Etney's a lot of things, but ain't a chance in hell she'd let something happen to her family. And don't you even try and pretend that she ain't family, Richter. Before you say nothing, you know she wouldn't let anything here. Don't think she'd let a single piece of the rebellion come out here. She'd probably take him out themselves if they tried. I know that she didn't have the best circumstances, but she's still the same woman we knew back there, in her own way.
I'm rather hoping she is, actually.
I don't know what to expect with her, Richter says. I didn't plan on finding out. What do you want to talk to her about? Richter says.
Well, I would like to negotiate the return of my aunt. That would be... He kind of pauses and searches for the right word. Oh, I assume a miracle, really. But more importantly, most of the things that she stands for, or things that I kind of stand for. Convincing her to end this war before it truly gets started would be a big step to saving a lot of people.
Are you forgetting about what she did a year ago, Connor?
I'm not forgetting that. I'm also not a fool. She's a lot of people underneath her influence.
he kind of shakes his head and John, you talk a lot about how she's not changed. But are you trying to tell me that the same woman that I called sister for 20 damnable years of my life is the same woman that did what she did down less than 100 miles from here a year ago? Can't be serious. Delia, like, dear, please. No. This isn't something.
Well, if he rolls damage,
What was that, sorry?
Nothing. I'll let him finish that.
No, this isn't a... Delia. You knew her for 5 minutes. I grew up with her. This is... I don't want anything to do with her anymore. I almost did. I almost reached out plenty of times, but not after that. What was she thinking?
What if she didn't have an option?
What if she didn't have an option? That didn't stop her. That didn't stop her 30 years ago.
But I'm on.
I
Oh, that doesn't.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't know exactly what happened. That was
Really dead, but
It was 30 years ago. She had just turned 18. I just 20.
let's just.
We were assigned to protect a mage on his way to the academy. Alexis Nordstrom was his name.
Although
Either way, there was an altercation between him and and a woman. That woman was Rosalind. Back when she still served under your mom. Etney stepped in and intervened. And in the process, had a falling out with my father, who still led the brigade. I did what I could.
although
But that was what caused her to. She had a falling out with all of us. I don't agree with what that man was doing. But she There was no reason that she needed to do what she did. She could have gotten herself killed. She could have gotten all of us killed.
Couldn't go ahead.
And she just
For the
left.
sake of although really
I don't agree, but she left. And now you're telling me that the same woman that did that might be willing to meet with you here, of all places.
Whenever he mentioned the Alexis Nordstrom, she was actually like sipping her cider and like
Wait, do you also spit take?
not spit take, but like choke a little.
And Delia looks to you and says, "Is something wrong, dear?" And
I know that name.
oh, Beatrice says, "How? Who is it?"
Her ears fold a little, and well, I'm under his contract.
Oh,
He's Black Wild now.
Anna just shakes her head. Small world. And a magister at that.
Oh, well, if only Etney had actually killed him then.
John snickers. Richter glares at him. I suppose that answers a few things. Delia says. I'm sorry, Connor. I don't think that I can do this. Not after all of the decisions that we've made. After the lives that we've led. And Delia looks at him and says, "We're not asking you to forgive her for what she did. We're not asking for you to forget what she did. But this is an opportunity that might help Connor make things better."
It's not really about personal vendettas, it's about trying to stop a war.
Can I have you make a charm check collectively?
Use
Go,
my
Rinzu,
charm.
go, Rinzu,
No.
go, Rinzu, go!
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god! Or just Rinzu can do it because you were a part of this conversation. So do that, and you'll get a boost dice from Connor.
I get 2 boost dice because I'm good at charming.
Oh yeah.
Wait, am I involved in helping?
Yes, that's what the.
Then
the
I'm
one
going to make
boost-
the difficulty go down.
Wait, can you do that?
Genial.
What oh, congenial, yeah, fuck yeah, okay. So yeah, you can downgrade the difficulty. So so the difficulty is going to be It was going to be 2 red and 1 purple. It's just going to be one red and 2 purple. Dead. But add a setback dice, unless you guys can take that out too.
I can't.
I'm checking.
Doesn't look like it. You have gifted, but not for it. That said, I will say that this can count for proper upbringing, so you'll get
I was
that.
going to ask you about that.
Because you guys are talking with people who are good enough at this, so it's cordial settings. So
Well then, okay, I think it's okay. Let's roll this. Yay! It's like I'm good at this.
Yeah, being good at stuff.
and what are you? I am going to say though, Rinza, you have to say something here at the end to
Fucking
help
shit.
make it happen. Oh yeah.
I don't fucking know what to say.
Well, you do know that that Etney stopped. Apparently, like according to this, Etney stopped Alexis from killing Rosalind, a woman who you don't know, but he stopped her from killing, or she stopped him from killing somebody when nobody else would. And so you could possibly use that, and the fact that you know him.
What was the last thing said? Like, just to.
Basically, him shaking his head, Delia saying like this is a chance that you could possibly do something greater, and Connor saying this isn't about personal vendettas anymore. Crickets.
Shut up. It's actually really hard.
10 hours later.
Three days later.
Shut up.
So much later that the narrator left and we had to hire a new one.
You can always use the fact that you're a Togwell and that Connor's trying to do good stuff for that.
I'm sorry, I didn't actually hear like part of this conversation, so Brent was just like relaying shit
That's
to
fine.
me.
Yeah.
Because like, I also didn't expect to be making a charm check.
Well, yeah, you're trying to convince people.
Yeah. Um, After hearing your story, I'm not going to lie. If I was in her position, I would have done the same thing. Granted, it'd be worse for me, being she motions. But she pauses for a moment. The prince really wants to make a change. He wants to make it better for people. And getting a chance to talk to her might do some good.
Delia looks at you and gives you a soft smile. I know a thing or two about giving up your family for something you believe in. She looks over to Richter. Honor could be your opportunity to do something really great. He's already given you an opportunity to do something great. So please, dear, just this once. It's not that simple, Delia. I understand, and I know what you went through. I know what happened. I was there. I saw it. But after every the idea of forgiving her after it makes me. And there's a bang, a sudden bang of a fist on wood. That's about enough of this, John says. John, stay, and before Richter can even finish the sentence that he was beginning to say, John stands up, pulls his arm back, and clocks Richter in the side of the face with a haymaker that sends him and his chair sailing backwards.
I'm shocked. My hands are covering my mouth. Like, holy shit.
I think everybody like gasps in conjunction. I've heard about enough of you, Richter. You should be damn happy that your sister fucking did that day. Because if he wasn't, then I'd be out there holding that godforsaken banner instead of her. She's your bloody family, man. And I don't give a damn what you think about it. Now pull your head out of the fucking dirt for one god's damned minute. And let the prince do what he fucking wants to do to make this place to make this country better, will ya? I know it's gonna be hard. We've done plenty of hard shit in our life. Plenty of times when we thought we was gonna die. But you're not gonna fucking die for seeing your god's damn sister. Alright? So listen to your bloody wife, man. And he gets up from off of like pointing at right down in his face, and he turns back to you guys, and he just claps his hands together. Well, I don't care what he says, Connor. This is my bloody farm, and if you want to have your meeting, you'll have your meeting, even if I have to drag her back here from her damnable ponytail to do it. And he'll come around. Or, well, then I'll have to give him another one too.
Connor blinks very slowly.
He crosses his arms with a smile.
So, alright, I see where things... Okay. Yeah, Connor looking for words, you can't remember how they work. Yeah, I'm glad I have your permission, thanks.
Yeah, well, it's the least I can do. Most of you just been standing around. I'll find her. I'll give her the damned invitation myself. And he looks over to Richter. Richter is like nursing the black eye that he now has, by the way, and as he kind of gets up, hey Delia, you might want to and he gestures to Richter for a second, and Delia leans back in her chair and she sips her cider and she says, "I'll get to it." And she smiles and she winks down at Richter, who has the face of shock, pain, and a tail between legs. So, when were you looking to have this? Like, what, next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I'm gonna go look at B and be like, and gesture, because I'm still not finding words very well right now.
Whenever convenient, how about, we'll say 3 weeks from now? That sound good?
Connor just nods.
Alright, 3 weeks it is. Well, if I'm gonna find this, the second most wanted woman in Legala, I'd best start looking now. Delia, I leave your husband in your capable hands. Richter, stop being an arse. Get yourself up. It'll be good to see the lass again. And he gestures and says, "If you ever need somewhere to crash, my farm's always welcome to you." As meager as it is compared to what you're used to, I'm sure.
It's pretty great. Like, it's a very nice farm.
Huh. Well, thanks. I looking a little proud. He says, "I helped build it myself, although I'm not looking to get any praise about it. But that said, the day's still young, and well, it's a few days travel out to Delhurst. Here, that's where she's been spending a lot of her time. And I dare say, if I go and make a big enough scene, she'll come out of the woodwork. We go way back."
Okay. Does this happen often around here?
Delia looks down at Richter, or looks over at Richter, who's now gotten up and is right at his chair. He is saying nothing, by the way. And she shrugs and says, "Not usually with such force, but, well, desperate times, as they say."
Yeah, I'm starting to see where some people get things from.
She smiles. "I have no idea what you're talking about." And she finishes the saucer before she sets it down on the side.
I'm sure you have no idea whatsoever.
In any sense, if you need a place to stay, you're more than welcome to stay here, as John said. Otherwise, I suppose we'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Was any of that thought of beforehand?
Was any of what thought of beforehand?
This entire thing.
Well, that depends. It's you probably could make some time if you left now, or you could stay for the evening. That's literally completely up to you.
Hey, Lynn, do you want to stay for the evening, or what's your timetable look like?
Well, last I checked, we don't have any business right now.
All right, we'll leave tomorrow morning then, I guess.
Sounds good. Don't burn the place down, and well, do any of you guys like kids?
Do you have many?
And she's what, 4 now? I think she's 4, yeah. And so, at that moment, a tiny little girl, kind of like making her way down from the stairs. She kind of like makes her way down, like very carefully around the stairs, and John goes and picks her up in one hand, and "Hey, little one, I'm going on a little field trip, but I'll see you soon. All right? Be good for Delia." And she has the same jet black hair that Sylvia and Nate have, and the same kind of the same shade of like darker skin that Sylvia has as well. Fuck, what was her name? Rick, what was her name?
Yeah, Rick, what was her name?
I'm looking it up, but I forgot. Fuck. Hang on. What's the child's name?
Rick, you're supposed to know your mercenaries'
Brent.
families.
Yeah, why don't you know all the families of all your mercenaries?
Her name is Jolene.
Jolene, yeah, Joe. And all right, Joe, you be good, all right? I'll be back before you know it. And he gives her a big kiss, and she giggles, and he'll set her back down. And yeah, and she like looks at all of you and says, "Papa, who are the new people?"
Connor kind of like gets down to her level and says, "Well, my name's Connor. What's yours?"
My name is Joe.
It's nice to meet you.
Little Jojo here is the pride of our little household. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, lass? And she giggles a little bit. And she smiles, and she like half hides behind John's leg, as small children are wont to do. And
Wait for her to notice that somebody has a tail, and then to pull one said tail.
oh man, she probably has never seen a Lagoose in her life, or a Togwell. And she looks, and she totally sees Rinzu, and she like looks at you for a second. She kind of tilts her head for a second. Are you a kitty?
Okay, now Lynn does a spit take.
No,
I don't know how to kids.
no. Joe, she's what we call a Togwell, or is it?
No, she's a Togwell.
Oh, I got it right.
Yeah.
Huh. He looks rather proud of himself for a minute. And as he does, the small child teeters over to Rinzu, and she waves up at you. Hi.
I'll show my back. She obviously does not know how to kids. It's painfully obvious she does not know how to kids.
And she raises her hands up in the air.
You hug this child right fucking now.
In the universal sign for up.
You pick this fucking child up right now.
And if you like look down at her like, what am I supposed to do? I think Beatrice like whispers, I think that means she wants you to pick her up.
Just gonna pick her up, okay? Right.
And she pulls on your ear.
Ooh, the fake out.
Well, no, she like after being picked up, she pulls on your ear, and she giggles because they're really cool. And I think everybody shares a good laugh at Rinzu's misery, or at least all the NPCs do, except for Richter. Richter is still in solemn "I just got punched in the face" silence.
And everyone just kind of ignoring that, actually.
He actually gets up, and he excuses himself. And Delia gives him a look, and I'm all right. And he's gonna go be alone for a second.
Just whenever she fucking turns into the actual red panda and just hides the entire time.
Oh my god, actually.
You mean play hide and go seek the entire time
my god.
with this 4-year-old?
It's magic.
Hey, Joe.
And she looks back to you, and she lets go of the ear.
Do you know what Togwell, like Rinzu, are really good at?
She shakes her head.
They're really good at playing tag.
She looks back at Rinzu, eyes sparkling. Can we?
She's gonna glare at Connor.
And she bops your face with her hand. You're it! And with that, we're going to end the session for the day.
Oh my god.
As you get bopped in the face by a 4-year-old.
Oh my god.